Hey collective, how are we doing? I hope you're doing well. This is a message for the part of my collective who feels like your entire life you've been ostracized and separated from even the people that you feel like you relate to the most. And what I'm immediately getting is, I got a message from my affirmations. I am brave enough to make the positive changes in my life. Yes! What I'm getting is, even when you feel like you relate to a certain person or to a certain group of people, you are often dimming yourself and dimming your true authenticity to be able to have that human instinct of connection. Okay, don't mind me, I'm cooking. I think the most when I'm cooking. God darn it, I burnt my onions. Anyway. Let me turn this down. I hope you guys can hear and the sound of me cooking is not bothering you. But I've been feeling really like sad for the past couple of days. I'm also in my luteal phase, girls. If you know, you know. Okay. But maybe like even in your family or even in this new life, this new timeline that you're in, you are in the understandings of you are what you attract. And so even when you are now attracting new connections and new people, these people are still having these surface level conversations with you that you can't help but notice it is not real. And you are a very deep and mystical and non-nuancing type of person. And so maybe you're reaching this level of attaining the conscious thought of knowing that these conversations are nuanced and they have no deeper meaning and no deeper purpose to who you truly are as a human being. And so you maybe have like one or two people in your life that you feel like you can have deep conversations with, but the deepest conversations that you have are 2:32 on my clock and 1:31 on my clock, 2:29, 2:43, 2:44, is with yourself and is with God. And you just feel very misunderstood, okay? I feel like maybe you are moving out of a season of completely being in isolation. Maybe you've been in a 2 to 3 year period of I heard the word divulging into introspection, into hermit mode. And so, excuse me, I was trying to burp, but it just wouldn't come out. As you are now, like, learning and attempting to gain a sense of community, you feel like maybe this cycle is repeating, but you kind of went and thought it was internal. And so what I'm seeing is you going to this social situation where you have to meet a whole bunch of new people at once. And all of these new people kind of just talk about things that aren't very deep. And you want to come off as a good person, okay? Not even a good person. You want connection. And so you are attempting to have these small talk conversations. And subconsciously, like, you do not like this. Like, it feels wrong. It feels unauthentic. It feels like everything that you are against. But you also have not consciously thought about that yet. And so you are a deep thinker. You don't have many friends. You don't relate to really anyone physically around you. And that may feel like you're crazy, like you're doing something wrong. And that is an incredibly hard feeling, and I'm so sorry. Because you deserve understandings. And I'm not going to say that there's going to be that person that fully understands you and has been through everything that you have been through, because nobody has. Okay? We share similar experiences with each other, but nobody shares the same exact experience with one another. And so continuing on, you being hyper aware of people's small habits and how they say certain things that may not be intended to be rude or may not be intended to justify who they are. Like, God, give me the correct words, please. Give me what you want the collective to know. Remove the resistance, please. And so as you are in these situations of creating a newfound happiness and a newfound collective happiness, you find yourself dimming your light in order to relate to other people. And I think that we've spoke about this before on this channel. But that also creates a sense of unfamiliarity when you're going into these communities. And often, like, you feel like you place the blame on yourself. And then you do introspection, and you've been doing it in a way that, and everything happens for a reason, and so the way that you did it is not wrong, but the way that you did it was placing blame on yourself, when in reality, it shouldn't be placed on anyone else, but it's also, you have never been a surface level person. And so when every single person that you're meeting in this physical reality on a day-to-day basis, the people at your job, your spouse's family, your professors, your counselors, your doctors, your parents, your family, whoever, are having these small talk conversations with you, and that is 99% of your day, it's really difficult to come back home and feel like you aren't the one to blame for feeling ostracized, for feeling like something's not right. Like, you've been feeling like wrong. You've been feeling misunderstood. You've been feeling, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you've been feeling like you just are never going to have community. You're never going to fit in. You're never going to do all of these things. Like, maybe you are just an extremely judgmental, narcissistic person. And that is not the truth. So many people in this world don't know how to have the hard conversations and to be vulnerable with people that they just met, let alone like their therapist. People are so often scared of themselves and scared of what other people will think of them, that even in really, I heard toxic situations, which it could be seen as toxic, but even in really close relationships, they choose not to be vulnerable, right? Because as a society, I feel like we're taught to like keep so many things in and not talk about how we actually feel. And, you know, we often want to relate to people, and that's an everybody thing. Everyone wants someone to relate to. And so then these people that are having small talk conversations, they are picking things to relate to, and it just becomes a giant circle of relatability to a couple people, and we all fake our general consensus of this being who we are as a human being, when everyone has different opinions and everyone has different feelings. And so you can pick that up intuitively. You see through that. And so you just are like, oh, I cut people off the second I get close to them. And maybe it's me. It's not fucking you. Well, it is you. But you're not the problem. Okay? You're the problem for them. And you make people see who they are. See that they've been the problem all along. But it's truly a gift to be able to see through someone's mask. And like Kanye said, the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. And so as you are seeing the crazy and witnessing there's a certain word for that, people's actions and small things that they say that send innuendos and don't admit it. Like, there's times where you will bring this up and be like, hey, you said this and you said this and you said this, and I know maybe you didn't mean it that way, but I think that there's something behind it. That water burnt me for a reason. And they don't admit it. They don't admit it. And that's not your fault. That is not your fault. Okay? Don't take life personal. And as much as, like, it's so hard to, I mean, I'm a Cancer. Guys, I'm a Cancer, I'm an Aries moon, and I'm a Libra rising. Okay? I'm a Cancer Saturn, and I think I'm a Cancer midheaven. I have no choice but to be a people pleaser. I'm everybody's mama. I'm everybody's mama. And so, I do have a choice. But at the same time, I am very empathetic. And so, when you are open with other people about experiencing a sort of drainage and experiencing a feeling of being ostracized and a feeling of being separated from other people, often the answer is just it's a choice to be empathetic. You're choosing to absorb other people's energies. And I don't think that's accurate at all. And neither do you think that's accurate at all. Because your empathy is your superpower. And God's gonna reward you. And neither do you want the reward. But whoops. This is my, like, third time making spaghetti in 2 weeks. But neither do you want the reward, but, like, you understand that you're on this planet for a reason. And when you get into this period of isolation, you're like, yes, I understand. Everything happens for a reason. God has a plan that's bigger than mine. But then when you're put in these physical situations of communicating and having dialogue with certain people and you trigger them, it feels really fucking personal. It feels really personal. And because you're in a season of new. And so it's more difficult, it's more of a challenge for you to recognize when someone is projecting onto you. Because it's a new form of projection. Woo! It's a new form of projection, guys. And so as much as I can sit here and I can be like, it's easy, this shit ain't easy. And neither is it easy to be in a world full of lies. Neither is it easier to be in a world full of people wanting to be perfect. I mean, I don't want to film because I'm breaking out really bad and I just, like, my hair is not done. I'm wearing my glasses. Like, I just don't feel good about myself right now. And that is okay. But nor do I want that little girl, and I keep speaking, and right there, that's bothering me. But I live in a fucking house. Like, what do we expect? Okay? Anyway. And neither do I want that little girl that is sitting behind the screen to feel like they can't fucking be themselves because everybody is fucking perfect and is wearing makeup and their makeup is perfect and they have plastic surgery. None of us fucking want that for our kids. So why do we continue to feel like we have to be perfect for other people? Yes, your feelings are valid, but we have to act on not feeling perfect because we're not. As human beings, literally, if we were perfect, we would be God. In all of these books, in all of these ancient teachings, they teach us, let go, be one, forgive, accept. Don't act on your feelings. It's just your reactions. All of that is true, but that's teaching perfection. we are already perfect as human beings, and our perfection literally is us making mistakes. The only being that exists that doesn't exist, that is everything everywhere all at once, is God. Why do we continue to place this level of us just being God on ourselves? That's not what we're human for. And so then, man, the fucking kids! Have y'all spoke to the youth? And we continue to blame the parents for their kids growing up too fast, for their kids partaking in substances at ages of fucking 11. Like, just things like that. And y'all, what do we expect the parents to do? I mean, we are continuing to post on social media and get plastic surgery and do all of these things, which we claim is our choice, but we're not accepting ourselves for who we are. And then we're teaching acceptance to kids, but then, I mean, are we blind? Some of us are. Shit, I am. But are we blind to seeing the imperfections that we are placing on ourselves as a society? Slave. I said that for a reason. The perfections that we are placing on ourselves as a society. I mean, it's just, and I think of Kylie Jenner. Like, Kylie Jenner, like, started getting lip filler, and then look at the rest of us. BBLs, lip filler, having our hair done all the time, having clear skin, having perky boobs, going to the gym every day, you know, being a super positive person all of the fucking time. When there's kids going through puberty that don't experience feeling positive all of the fucking time. We're not being real with ourselves, and so these kids are fucking, it's creating a spiral of not loving ourselves. Do you guys see the sprout of this? Let's start by being real in conversations. Say how you actually feel. The next time someone comes up to you, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Look at that. Whoa. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. The next time somebody comes up to you in conversation is like, hey, how are you? Be like, I'm actually fucking terrible. And I hate small talk. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I'm just being dead ass. Let's see what happens. Nobody wants this fucking fake bullshit. Nobody wants it. And if you do, you're probably a narcissist. So, in conclusion, it's not you. You're not the problem. The world we live in is the problem. And yes, I am externalizing. Because we are one consciousness. And I've seen the fucking schools. Y'all, it's not, I mean, of course be selfish. I'm not going to say it's not all about us, but it isn't. Work on yourself and work on accepting yourself as you are. Just be like, yeah, I love myself right now. And I feel like shit. And I feel like treating people like dookie because I feel like dookie because I have my period and because this and this, and accept it. Accept it. Because the kid sees you trying to hold it together and trying to be strong. And that's when, you know, we create this idea that men can't even be emotional. What can I say? What can I say? Yeah, so I'm just really like, yes, love and light, yes. Acceptance, yes. That's not all the time though, guys. It's not all the time. It's only sometimes. It's only sometimes. And so those other sometimes, let's just accept people. When somebody crashes out and does something crazy, instead of shaming them, let's understand. Let's accept them. I'm sure Jeffrey Dahmer has something crazy happen in his childhood. I'm sure Epstein did too. Sure did, he did. He did. Look it up. Same thing happened to him as he was doing now. Let's understand. We're all fucking human and we all have feelings. So let's stop acting like we don't. Alright. I love you.